Let me help you, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Alan Morad, Perlita Jones, Quinn Wands, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 amphibious based man, and your boast of crime there, and the GPS rapist, Roble Knight, and Ellery's, and Jim Hall, Bill Duvall. But you mostly there, Red Randy and Red Gordon, and Team Cowboy Country and Western Karen Faust, and so on and so forth. For one, Bernard with your little crybaby fit with Perlita and your supposed Viva La Mexico victory or Spaniard victory or Texas victory. For one, Bernard, if you don't like Jews, or if you don't like the Christians, or if you don't like the Israelis, or if you don't like the Asians, or who else? This includes the Negroes too. But if you don't like the Asians or whoever, Bernard, do you know what, or if you don't like the I, Harry, if that's your whole battle, Joe and Harry, the I or whatnot, if you don't like certain people, see, Bernard, too, if you don't like the police or the firefighters or the military or this and that, do you know what they end up building you, Bernard? A pile of shit. Okay? And that means you're not a very good military leader then. And then, Bernard, Perlita, if you don't like your queen bees, whether it's Kim, KD, Bailey, whoever you pick, if you don't like them, Roble Knight, if you're that fag, if you're that gay, if you don't like them, then guess what the people of the world are going to build you? A pile of shit. So, Ellery, Roble Knight, Harry, Joe, if you don't like the Chinese or the Japanese, and it's stuff what you need is from there, guess what they're going to build you? A pile of shit. So if you destroy your queen bee, Roble Knight, and lie, and you make up the story, Bernard, the Carney, they're going to build you a pile of shit. So Carney, Bernardi, if you don't like the Olympic players, or the Olympic teams, they're going to build you a pile of shit. If everything just surrounds football and, your Red Randy and you guys are supposed badass athletes of superiority, the rest of the world that doesn't agree is going to, you guys keep hoodwinking or swaggling around, hoodwinking, they're going to build the group of you a pile of shit. Get it, Bernard? Why would anybody build you something decent if you guys are that way? So, Perlita, since you don't like the Russian or the Jews or the Jehovah's Witnesses, stuff like that, and you guys voice it through your, hack with Doug King and all that, and or Steve Jones, and, you supposed cult members of the Jonestown and the Branch Davidians, if you don't like certain things, so if you don't like bikers, Bernard, or, something like that, then they're going to build you a pile of shit. How superior and smart are you then, Perlita and Dave? How could it have ever possibly have belonged originally to you all? So Indians, if you're Indians, cowboys or Indians, if you don't like the Jews and you don't like the Asians or the Spaniards or, the Negroes, and you need them to build you something to make it work, Bernard, and you tell them you don't like them and you hate them, then those people are going to build you a pile of shit. So, Bernard and Ellery and Roble Knight and 1961 amphibious base man and Joe Zillig, so on and so forth. If you don't like Colin Powell or the Jew Mel Kobe or the Chief of Staffs or the Hiltons or the Bowmans or the Kennedys or the Rothschilds or the Murdochs or the Rockefellers or the J.P. Morgans, guess what? Then they build you a pile of shit, Bernard. Bernard, if you don't like Apple or Microsoft or Google or YouTube or Intel, whatever your complaint be, if you don't like the CIA or the IRS or the FBI, then they're going to build you a pile of shit. So, how could you have ever won the war, Perlita and Dave, and claim a victory with your team there? How could you have won the war and be the most peaceful people when you don't like a lot of people? That doesn't mean you've won any war or battle. It means you're continuously going into war or battle. And so, Perlita and Bernard and Ellery, the Roble Knight, the eye poke and face poker people, the things that you're torturing box there, Roble Knight. If you don't like certain people and you guys do that, guess what? Those people you guys abuse, you rape, you steal from, you murder, you mutilate, or whatever, when they get the chance to watch you as you're supposedly building your castle with Joe there, Harry or Perlita, your workers build you a pile of shit. And so, Roble Knight, Eloise, Joe, Harry, if you killed the 2 queen bees, or the parents or the families to make your piece of shit device work, then those who remain are going to build you a piece of shit, Bernard, Perlita, DJ Dave Balamorad, because you're not superior at that point. You never were. You're not even the smartest people to ever exist. You're just a group of fat, supposed bitted people. Does that mean that you have tattoos or you're fat, Perlita? See how that steely of the bittids and can't do it the bittids that Ellery and them did is stupid? Because if people don't like that, Perlita, like the military or the police or whatnot, and the whole like 8.6 billion people in the world that don't agree with that man's computer theory or his mathematics of philosophy, they're going to build him a pile of shit.